Well, hello, friends. It's Chris Angel coming at you for another episode of Marketing for the Rest of Us. Tonight, I am fresh off of watching Harriet Tubman, the movie. I've been wanting to watch this movie for a while, and tonight it happened. I watched Harriet Tubman. Now, this is important to me for a couple things. One, well, I'll keep it simple and short for you here. Several years ago, I don't know if you want to say I was given I was impressed with an idea, and the idea was that in many ways in my business, I'm here to lead people to freedom. I'm here to lead people to freedom. Now, I'm not trying to put myself on a pedestal. I'm simply sharing with you the call I feel I was given. I was given a call to help people be free. Okay. Now, how do I do that? Well, I think that everybody has a life they want to live. I think they have potential they want to realize. I think that everybody, when given context for who they are, when people understand and remember who they are, they step into their greatness, they step into purpose, and they collectively make the world a better place. If you and I can get to the spot where you and I both believe that we are spiritual and divine beings, that we are all part of the same consciousness, then you can also, and let's say let's call that consciousness love, right? That if we are all from love, then when love is fully actualized, love wants to make the world a better place, yes? Now, we've been born into this experience on this physical plane, and we often have forgotten who we are. We have forgotten that we are love. And so we live our life oftentimes in the matrix of humanity, feeling constrained by the stories and the cultural agreements that we have lived into. And so much of our life, much of the human condition is lived in struggle. Okay, now, this is what I feel I've been given the opportunity to set people free from. Right? So how do I do that? I help people remember who they are. I help people step into the voice they've been given. What I say constantly in this show and in my programs is that life is teaching you every day. Every day life teaches you something. And that something is meant to point you towards your purpose. Life speaks to you every day to point you towards your purpose. And I believe that once you start to get in touch with that purpose, what happens is you also want to set others free, because that's the nature of love. Love brings everything up. Love causes all boats to rise. So if you're in business, like me, to set others free, right? You may have found yourself in business, not because you wanted to be in business necessarily. You found yourself in business because you wanted to help others. That's what's unique about this tribe, right? Our tribe didn't get into business because we wanted to be entrepreneurs. We got into business because we wanted to help and serve others. And so in the spirit of helping others, obviously how you help others in your business is going to be unique to what it is you specifically do and what it is that life has taught you. For me, life has taught me things about business and speaking and passion and purpose. So what I do is I go out and I find other business people who are at that space in life where they're ready for what their life is for. It's not about a transaction anymore. The people I'm called to serve are people who are here who want to help others. That is the groundswell. That is the groundswell I'm here to create in the world. And you have a groundswell also. So I'm saying this to you because when you start to realize that you're in business to set others free and not to make a transaction, then what happens is you start to relate to marketing differently. Marketing is no longer about looking good or saying the right thing. Marketing now becomes about leading others to freedom. Marketing is about you showing up consistently, regardless of how you look and sound, because you've been given something to say. You have been given something to say by life to set others free. And this, friends, this is what marketing is for the rest of us. For those of us who want to make a difference in the world and set others free, this is what marketing is. Marketing is you leading the conversation you've been given to lead. That's it. Now, what happens is when you start to lead that conversation and you keep showing up consistently to share that conversation, what happens is people start to pay attention. People start to take notice. People see that you're consistent. People see that you're not a flash in the pan. They see that you're for real. They see that you're serious. And the more they see you're serious, what happens is they start to let their guard down. And they start to hear what it is you want to, what it is you're saying. And when they feel safe and when they feel ready to step into their freedom, then this is where people hire you for safe passage to their freedom. People are like, I want to go where you keep describing. Can you help me get there? And this, friends, this is how we continue to sustain our work. This is how we sustain our work. Right? Because this is the work we've been called to. I wrestled for years in business trying to play the game of business. My background was real estate, so I tried to help real estate agents in transactions and the business of real estate. But I just kept finding that my soul wasn't in it. What I wanted to talk about with people was like, what are you passionate about? What do you care about? What is your purpose? What are you here for? So every time I talked to people that wasn't that conversation, it wasn't congruent. I was not in alignment. And my guess is for you, there is something that your soul is tapping you on the shoulder for. There's something that your soul is wanting to share with the world. And if you are sharing something other than that, for you also may not feel in alignment in your business. If you're at that stage in life, then what's happening for you is you're coming up to the place where you're going to have to make a decision, right? If you're even aware of the thing I'm saying to you right now, if you're even aware of that your business is not in alignment with what you feel called to, you're coming up on this crossroads. And you have a choice. The choice is to either answer that call or to ignore it out of fear or to ignore it out of, ultimately it's all a defense mechanism. It's all a defense mechanism. If you don't choose what your soul is calling you to, that's just a defense mechanism. The defense mechanism is like, well, I'm afraid to make that decision because I don't know how this is going to go. And what if I financially can't make it work? And you're going to have a lot of what ifs come up at this crossroads. And this is what starts to call your character into question, isn't it? Because now you get to see what you're made of. Are you really here? Are you really here to set others free? Are you right? Like this is your calling. And there's no judgment in it, right? There's no judgment in the fear. Like, I'm not judging you and your soul is not judging you, but you will continue to have the opportunity to step into this path. And if you do not choose the path, then life graciously continues to offer it to you, right? So you just get to keep repeating the same lessons. But here's, if you watch this far, then what I'm guessing is that you want to take the path that is in alignment with your soul and your calling to set others free. And the good news is it doesn't have to be as hard as you think it is, right? This is what my groundswell is. My groundswell is to help you figure out how to say what it is you want to say to the world. That's what I do. This is what I do. And then I help you show up consistently over and over and over again so that you can lead the conversation you're here to lead and you can lead the people you're here to lead to freedom, right? Like that's the work. So you can see there's a couple things happening in this conversation today, isn't there? One, we're talking about marketing, which is simply when you're ready to market from this kind of a business, it's not about looking perfect. It's about you finding the courage to say what you need to say to set others free. But there's also the other thing that's happening in this conversation, which is you answering a call and stepping into what you feel called to. So if you'd like help with that, right? If you'd like safe passage to implementing, living into this purpose, this is what I do. And I have a program designed for this very thing. It's called the Groundswell Method Intensive, right? The Groundswell Method Intensive. And it's 6 weeks with me. 6 weeks with me, 2 hours of training a week plus 2 one-on-one calls with me. And in those 6 weeks, what we do is we basically get you down the road of the conversation you feel stirring in your soul. This is the beginning, and this is only the beginning, right? There is more to come after 6 weeks, but until we start to unearth the thing you're here to say, nothing else matters. All the tools and tricks and stuff that life has given you, right? All the stuff that life has given you that's what there is to share. I'm loving all of these laughing faces right now. This is hilarious. Thank you for laughing. That's hilarious. Okay, so if you'd like help stepping into your purpose, right? The Groundswell Method Intensive Program is designed for you. And you can start that program by going to the free program at groundswellmethod.com. Go to groundswellmethod.com and you'll see the free videos. On the last page of that, there is an application button. Fill that out and it comes directly to me. This is good stuff, gang. This is important, right? Like there are people who are ready for you and your work and what you have to say to them. So thanks for hanging out with me here in this episode of Marketing for the Rest of Us. Until tomorrow, when we go live again, have a great night. Here's to you setting others free.